and like also all the French people, they were looking at me on the TV. So just text everyone, just let's go.
There we go. Make some noise and welcome to Quentin Premiers. All right, Hayden Deegan, come on up, man. Got a bottle of champagne for you. I got you. Gonna hand that to you. And to your right-hand side there, Mr. Mike Burkeen, gonna present you with a #1 plate in the official handshake. Make some noise for Hayden Deegan. Hayden, come on over, talk to me, man. First place finish. This one was a little boring. I'll put air quotes next to it compared to the last one. But man, you got the job done. You hit all your marks. This was a stellar ride.
Yeah, I had to work for these first motos, and it's always nice coming in with a 1. So in the first motos, I wasn't having the greatest starts because I pulled 1 once, but then the other 2 I pulled 36 and 39, so I was all in outside and pretty much mid-pack the last off both of those, and I had to make my way up to the lead. But we're able to do it, keep fighting, and we're able to start first in this race, get the whole shot, and just laid it down, rode smooth, and had some fun.
Had some fun. That's what it's all about, man. Hayden Deegan, congratulations to you, buddy. No, you don't do it alone. Who would you like to thank?
The whole Monster G-Star Racing on my team, my dad, my mom, everything they do for me, get me to these races. Mechanic Duff, suspension guy Jake, Georgie, everyone over there at Star for helping me, keeping the bike good and everything. And yeah, just the Lord for keeping me safe, and everyone else, thank you guys.
Make some noise, your champ, 250 Pro Sport, Hayden Deegan. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Mikey. Yeah, the Star guys definitely got it going on there. You know, they bought the goat farm. It's incredible to see the investment that they've made up there since they purchased the track. Without a doubt, 100%, they're definitely invested in the sport for the long-term future, and then bringing in the talent to match the effort that they're doing. Bobby and Brad and the boys are definitely doing a great job.
And that's Bobby's philosophy. Right, you match the talent to the effort. The bottom line is, and when you've got top-line talent, you get top-line effort. And Bobby Regan expects no less than what we just saw. That's what he expected out of those guys in one order or the other, with 1-2, 1-2. And that's exactly what he's training them and paying them to do.
And they got great people. He's brought in, you know, from the top down. It's not just the riders. They have outstanding mechanics there. Dan Castillo, they got over there at Duff, you just mentioned. There's some really good people involved over there right now that are definitely making an impact on that program. And that's it. You have a successful program. You bring in the talent. Here, check out this replay here. Early on in the race, that was it Noah Smearden? I believe, or Stevens, excuse me. Unfortunately, had a good opening lap there. Just unfortunately, just came down the hill a little bit sideways and threw it away.
Hey, JH, just got some super important information.
Okay, what you got?
Prune airs. That's how we say Quintine's name. Prune air. No S, silent S, Prune air.
Prune air.
That's how we say Quintine's name. Now we know, man. I love it, man. Straight from the team owner. Now, we had a replay right there. We showed Noah Smearden on that number 4 bike as he went down right there. That replay had a great jump as he worked his way down the hill, lost that front end, and, man, come up holding the wrist.
Yeah, unfortunately, had a good start. It's going to definitely be a factor in this race, unfortunately. So glad to see Noah Stevens actually here. He's got the lead right now. He's out front early on, already with a 4-second gap over second place. Let's see here they cross the timing scoring line again. Oh, Renfro cut into that lead by 3/10 that time. So shaping up to be a good battle here. Gavin Betts in 3rd place, followed by Olaf in 4th, Freehill in 5th. Israel in 6th, Jaden Cooper in 7th, Dominic Stallings in 8th, Reese Wheaton in 9th place, and Bernardo Cabrico in 10th place.
Well, normally the Noahs seem to find each other, and that would have been the case. Like we said, Smearden having some bad luck there on the first
Great battle for
lap.
3rd place right here.
And you're right. You talk about a battle. When we look at the camera, 3rd place is where it's at right now. I believe that's actually Olaf and Betts.
Yeah, I think Olaf.
That are fighting it out. Renfro's just ahead of him. Olaf trying to get that number 132 machine up into position. Wants to put it on the box here in the Sakamoto for sure. We see him. He's kind of locked in a battle right there. He's got Renfro just ahead and Olaf back behind him. So Number 72, he needs to race forward right now, JH. Cannot worry about the 132 of Olaf coming up behind him. He has to focus forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is championship moto now here. Got to focus on your race here. Noah's done a good job putting himself in position. Obviously, he won the first moto, I believe, right? Didn't he win the first moto?
So smart, man, this kid is. And you've watched him for years as well. We've watched him come up through the ranks, and now all of a sudden here, 250B limited, doing exactly what we would expect him to do out front, being a leader in this class.
Jordan Renfro still in the number 2 position. 3.7 was the last gap. Let's see what he is here coming around this go-round.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, closing a little bit.
And matching that lap time.
Yep, and same, yep. Actually, and then you got Olaf actually picking up the pace as well, so he's actually closing in now as well. So good battle up front here shaping up as they come down the hill.
And it's visible on the track, Jay. It's like you pointed out in the back over there. You can see the gap physically closing there. Look, there comes Olaf again. Absolutely. He got a good drive. He's on the move right now on that Yamaha.
That was an interesting line selection coming down, going way to the, what would be the outside there.
Yes.
That was an interesting decision between the two of those guys. And it's paying off. It seemed like he carried a little bit more speed up over the step up into the Gators back up there, if you will. Definitely here coming into this section we talked about many times today. You can see it. He's definitely making up some time, and now he's right on his rear wheel. Yeah, that's Olaf looking to give Renfro some trouble here this lap.
Straight drag race up through them. Now look at this, JH, as we go back along the highway down 20 miles of rough road. Here comes Olaf. He wants to use the inside, keep the track short, but he's got a big bump he has to deal with. Renfro able to go up around the outside, and look at this. Olaf eases it up in there, gets a good drive, and puts himself into the position. Great move by the
nice
132 Liam Olaf.
That move really started way back here.
Yeah.
You know, he had put himself in position to get close enough to where he probably, I'm thinking he had a spot picked out in his mind where, or maybe a couple of them, but hey, if I can get close enough to him, I want to execute this pass. But in order to do that, he had to make up that track position from the bottom of the pit to the top of the track here.
100%, and you could see it coming, as a matter of fact. Here we go back down into the pit.
Now the question will be, how much time can he make up? Because Noah is riding a flawless race out front. He's got really good lap times right now.
Halfway through, cross flags are up.
If you look at Olaf, by making a pass, actually ran a faster lap time there and is now a closer lap than Renfro was the lap before, if you will. Renfro was actually 3 seconds back, so he's only 2.9. He was 3.1, I believe. So he's not only closed up the gap on Noah Stevens, Olaf has, but he's also done it while making a pass on that last lap.
And I think that the urgency and the amount of momentum he carries what did that. You know, to make that happen. He knew he couldn't pull around, had to make the pass quick. Back into view down the hill now. Stevens comes through. There comes Olaf.
Hey, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right here. The battle for 5th place coming down the hill right now is also an excellent battle.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
We got ourselves, that's Nate Freehill and Nicholas Israel duking it out for a top 5 position.
Those guys no stranger to each other. They've raced each other many, many times. Freehill has the position, but Nate Israel trying to pick up the pace, trying to find some good lines right there. Like to put himself inside the top 5 here in the second moto.
Watching Olaf on that last lap come through that section there. He ran the same line that he used to make the pass with, so that seems like it's also his preferred line because he did it without having to make a pass, hanging on that inside there. Did a good job of navigating that again. We'll see if that's actually making a difference here because it's definitely different than what the leader's doing. So he's trying to do a little bit different things here and there where he can.
Yeah, no follow the leader for him. And the tape will be here in just a minute. Was it quick or did it make a difference on the lap time?
Visually on the track, 100%. He's closing in on Noah right now, without a doubt. But we'll see what the timing and scoring says. Coming down here into the bottom of the pit, coming across the finish line.
Wow.
2.9 down to a 1 point
Look
flat.
at that.
108, essentially a second lead. That's all he's got.
And almost 2 seconds quicker on the lap.
So if Noah didn't know he was there the last lap and it's caught him by surprise, he knows he's there now because he's about to pull up outside of him.
No question.
No
All I
question.
can tell you is JH, he's working him right now.
If he snuck up on the last lap, he's not anymore. The surprise is no longer there. So we are going to have a battle for the lead here coming down to this next little section of the track. Let's see if these guys separate and try something different here. We've seen it multiple times today. It seems to be a good area to try to pass and try something different. There he goes, a little bit further outside.
JH, he's starting to put the heat on one more time, getting up close right now.
Let's see if he looks to do it in the same spot he made his pass for second in, coming down that rough freeway that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you've got that bump to the inside, so there's a couple different advantages here. You know, you can look at that bump as a kicker, you can look at that bump as a roller, whatever you want to do, but still it's shorter. The long way around, a little bit smoother, but it's a lot longer, JH.
Yeah, absolutely. Track time also makes a difference there for how much track you're using.
Oh.
Good racecraft here. I like what he's doing with the racecraft. You know, he's following in some areas, but he's dipping out. He's taking a look. You know, he seems super comfortable in the bike, Olaf does, to be able to make those small adjustments. Oh, here he goes on the inside.
Oh, he's starting to work him like long division. Here we go. Olaf makes the pass down into the bottom of the pit.
Great move to make the pass.
Clean.
Had to get hard on the brakes. Required Noah to have to brake a little bit harder. He's going to lose even more momentum going down the hill, whereas Olaf was picking up momentum around that corner, so gave himself that little extra advantage.
That was legit right there, man. All the way around. Knew exactly what he was doing. Not only did he put himself in good position, but knew he was going to take away from the momentum.
Still got a great battle behind him here. Renfro now and Israel, they're definitely tightening up. You got battle for third right here, about to come down to the dragon, down into the pit.
You can count on Israel. He'll be relentless all the way to the end on that number 209. Watch him. Here he comes.
Gavin Betts sneaking in there as well. He's definitely, while these guys are battling, it's giving him a chance to sneak in there and make it a race, a three-way race.
And was that Renfro that got the drive?
Yeah, I think. Can't. Renfro's there.
Yes, Renfro's in the middle on the 107. And it's amazing, JH. You'll watch just a little bit of difference in these body positions, and you'll see amazing difference in the way these bikes are working through these sections, I can tell you.
Yeah, so Israel got him then, right? So now Renfro's actually back in the fourth position.
Yeah, I believe Israel picked up one spot, but also Renfro, or Betts rather, Betts was putting the move on. There he comes right there.
Yep, he's definitely closing the gap right now as well.
He's all over the 107. Look at this. Riding that short track, doing the best he can to go through those insides. Here we go. Renfro down to the inside, the 72 of Betts. He goes to the outside. Can he carry the momentum?
I love that. I love that split lane right there. Gives you so many options. Allows the guys to kind of go at their own pace. Definitely, it's been there now for a little while now. It's very fair. It seems to get there. Made for some great racing. We had the same thing at the Daytona track, at the Pro track in Daytona this current year, and really the riders seem to love it also. So,
and it's key though, getting that thing even, getting that thing fair. You're exactly right.
Looking out front real quick, just a quick check on the leader. Olaf opened up a significant gap there that last lap over Noah Stevens. He's now up to a 5-second lead. Noah Israel actually running a faster lap time than Noah now also, but he's got quite a bit of gap to make up. He's got an 8-second gap. A 52.2 was Olaf's last lap. Clearly the fastest guy on the track. Stevens at 56 to Israel's 54 and Renfro's 58. 158 lap time. So Olaf definitely reaping the benefits here of his program right now. And not having to come through the pack in order to take that lead and then pull a gap here about midway through this race.
As Rodney pointed out, Jaden Cooper, he turned a 155 on that last lap. That puts him 2 to 3 seconds quicker than the next two guys up the road. So might have enough time here. White flag just about to come out to put that advantage, put that lap time to good use here, pick a couple more spots. Looking at the overall right now as they run, be looking at Noah Stevens, 1-2, Liam Olaf, 4-1 for the second overall, and Nicholas Israel would be sitting on a 3-3 for the third overall. So I believe we will be picking up the white flag this time around. There it is, I believe. And there's the 132 of Olaf down into the pit. Picks up that white flag. Starting to pull up just a little bit with that 154. Stevens checks in with that 155, this time sitting just about 6.4 seconds back. Nicholas Israel, he's still in there with that 153, another 6 seconds back. And we still have this battle going as these riders cross the line. You got Gavin Batts and Jordan Renfro still going at it. Batts able to take advantage of him on the last lap. As they drop down into the falls, take a look at it.
Noah here also riding smart, knowing he's sitting on that first moto win.
Yes.
You know, no need to force the issue with Olaf. Obviously, you know, he knows if he stays here, he's got it wrapped up. So not a terrible position for him to be in. He can cruise around, know he's going to collect that championship. You always want to get those wins when you can, but everyone remembers more the war than they do the battle. So
I agree 100%. Right now, the battle won by Cooper as he makes his way past Renfro into the back.
He knew going into it, whoever he had to worry about was more Gavin. Noah had to worry about Gavin more so than anything, and since he was second in that first moto. So,
and as a spoiler, Noah Smearden would have been in there. No question about that. I can promise you he's been up front all week. You can always count on that. Tough break on lap number 1 for Noah Smearden. White flag continues to fly, less than half a lap to go in this one. Olaf working his way through. Checker flag is out.
There he goes. He takes the win. Good ride by Olaf. Did everything he could do that moto.
Absolutely.
To improve his position the best he could.